If you're new to the real estate market or you just haven't been in the market to buy or sell a home for some time, then this video is for you. I'm going to answer 5 frequently asked buyer questions and 5 frequently asked seller questions. So let's get started. Hello everyone, Meral Ibrahim here, broker associate with Coldwell Banker Realty in the beautiful Palm Beaches, Florida. If you've been here before, thank you and welcome back. If you're new to my channel and want to learn about lifestyles, communities, and some real estate in South Florida, click on the subscribe button and that bell so you'll be notified each time I make a new video. So let me start with the most leading buyer question. Number 1, where have all the houses gone? This is as challenging for me as a realtor as it is for buyers. It just seems harder than ever to find a home to buy. Before the health crisis, there was already a shortage of homes for sale. So when many homeowners decided to hold off selling around the same time, while buyers were focused on taking advantage of the record low mortgage rates, the competition for homes became stiff. So anything that comes to market is selling fast. But they're not coming on the market at a rate that can keep up with heavy demand like we have now. Another way to illustrate this point is like this. So as you can see in the red boxes, the median days on the market is 27 days and the month supply is 2.3. This 2.3 month supply means that if no single family homes were to be listed for 2.3 months, we would run out of inventory. 2.3 months is the number of months that represents supply for current demand. I talked about this in greater detail in another video that I will link at the end of this video. Buyer question number 2, how smart is it to buy a home this year? Whether you're buying your first home or selling your current house, if your needs are changing and you think you need to move, nobody can guarantee that home values or mortgage rates will be by the end of the year. The experts, however, seem certain that mortgage rates are expected to rise and home values are expected to appreciate. So what does that mean to you? Let's look at how waiting would impact your financial situation. Let's use this example. You want to buy a home valued at $350,000 today. You decide on a 10% down payment. The experts say mortgage rates will be 3.18% at the end of the year, and home values will appreciate by 5.9%. You will end up paying an extra $20,650 for the house. You need an extra $2,065 for the down payment, and you don't gain the $2,065 increase in wealth through equity buildup. So from a purely financial aspect, if you find a home that meets your needs, buying now makes much more sense than buying next year. Buyer question number 3, how can I be competitive in today's market? Yes, it is crazy out there with so few houses for sale today. It's important to be prepared with your lender early. Know your must-haves and nice-to-haves. Be as prepared as you can be for a bidding war, and keep your emotions in check to stay confident even if you lose 1 or 2 homes to a cash buyer. And hire an expert to help you navigate today's lightning-fast housing market. I will put a link below for a video I did on how to win a bidding war. Buyer question number 4, how do I know if a neighborhood is safe? Buying a home is a big step, especially if you're relocating or retiring to a new area. When it comes to questions about safety, your realtor cannot legally answer those questions because we are bound by a code of ethics and the Fair Housing Act, which means some things are off limits. So as a buyer, be aware of a realtor's limitations to answer this question about safe neighborhoods. But that doesn't mean you can't do your own research, explore, and make your own assessments. Everyone's assessment of safety varies, and everyone's tolerance for crime is different. Plus, who's to say that even if you found a neighborhood that you feel is safe, that crime won't increase in the future? So that's why I created an entire video about safe neighborhoods and all the tools and technology available to you so you can do your own research and become your own detective. Be sure to check it out and at the end of this video. Buyer question number 5. Should I buy a home with a pool? or build one later. Buying a home with a pool comes with its fair share of perks, especially in Florida with our year-round warm weather. The thought of having a nice, cool place to beat the summer heat can seem great at first, but before you take the plunge and opt for a house with a pool, consider the following: the cost of maintaining a pool. As long as you're enthusiastic about using a pool and can keep up with the necessary maintenance, a house with a pool is more valuable, especially here in Florida when it comes to resale. If you find the perfect house that has everything you want except a pool and plan on adding one in the future, be prepared for sticker shock. An in-ground pool can cost between $28,000 and $85,000, and adding different features to your pool will affect which end of that price range your costs will be. Things like lighting, steps, spa, deck, waterfall, slide, diving board, screened-in enclosure. So as you can see, the cost of building a pool can easily get away from you. Let me know in the comments below what your experiences has been with buying a home with a pool or building your pool. I would love to know. I know I said there were 5 buyer questions I would answer, but I have a bonus question. So buyer question number 6, should I buy in a gated community? If you purchase a home in a gated community, the HOA dues will be higher. But for some buyers, it can be worth it because your property value will increase. HOA fees pay for the roads within the community along with maintaining the look of a subdivision, and there may be some social benefits such as a community center for group activities for families to get to know each other. Of course, rules and regulations are part of the community, so if you want a particular aesthetic improvement to your home, you may not get the approval from your homeowners association. Now, some of you relish strict rules to follow, while others may prefer a neighborhood with no restrictions. If you want to learn more about the pros and cons of buying in a gated community, there will be a link below for that video. So now let's turn to the 5 most common seller questions. Seller question number 1, how much is my home worth? This has to be the leading question from a home seller, at least the one that confronts me often. It's really a great question. If you're just curious and sitting tight on your nest egg for the time being, there are ways for you to get an estimate from various websites. And though they may not be the most accurate, you will be able to calculate your home's value using their online valuation tools. These are commonly referred to as automated valuation models. They use a number of tools to calculate your home's value, including recent sale prices of homes in the area and current listing prices. But if you're serious about selling your home, it is critical to establish the right asking price. Even in today's seller's market, setting the right price is one of the most valuable things you can do. So find a local realtor who can help you price your home correctly from the start so you can maximize your exposure and your return. Seller question number 2, is it a good time for me to sell my home? In 2020, many homeowners thought twice about selling their houses due to the onset of the health crisis. This year, however, homeowners are beginning to regain their confidence when it comes to selling their house safely. What does this mean if you're thinking of selling your house? The fact that there are so few houses available for sale today is one driver that's encouraging sellers to think more positively about selling. With so few homes available to buy, your house will be more likely to rise to the top of a motivated buyer's wish list in this competitive market. Today's high buyer activity is contributing to the upward push on home prices and more multiple offer scenarios. In this kind of seller's market, you have a huge advantage. And here's another win. You can also use your equity toward a down payment on a new home. If you pressed pause on selling your house last year, now may be the best time to put your plans back into motion. Seller question number 3, can I just sell my house myself? Rising home prices coupled with a lack of inventory in today's market may cause you to consider selling your home on your own. And if you've been thinking about selling for sale by owner, take the time to decide if it is right for you. There are pros and cons of selling on your own, and I will link a video below about the pros and cons of selling for sale by owner. Keep in mind that studies have shown that 95% of buyers search online for a home. Most realtors have an internet strategy to promote the sale of your home. Do you? Results come from the internet. The days of selling your house by putting up a sign and listing it in the paper are long gone. The paperwork has become increasingly complicated, and this is one of the reasons why FSBOing has dropped from 19% to 7% over the last 20 years. And then there's the list of people to negotiate with: the buyer, the buyer's agent, the buyer's attorney, the home inspection company, the appraiser. Listing on your own leaves you to manage the entire transaction yourself. Before you decide to take on the challenge of selling your house on your own, sit down with a real estate professional in your marketplace to discuss your needs. Seller question number 4. What can I do to prepare my home for a winning sale? By taking some steps before putting your home on the market, you can increase your chances of receiving a solid offer from a buyer. From cleaning and staging to repainting and depersonalizing, there are 6 easy things I talk about in a video I did on how to prepare your home to sell. I will link it below, but here's that list. Improve your landscaping. Remove clutter and depersonalize. Repairs worth making before you sell. Pre-sale inspections. Brighten up your home. Interview agents. Seller question number 5. What happens if the appraised value comes in too low? If an appraiser determines the value of your home is lower than the agreed purchase price, there are options to save the deal. Option number 1. The buyer can make up the difference between the appraised value and the purchase price from their pocket. This scenario is fairly uncommon, as many buyers find it hard to pay more for a home than their bank appraisal indicates it's worth. Option number 2. The price can be renegotiated with you, whether by reducing the price to the appraised value or meeting in the middle with the buyer so you split the difference. If neither you nor the buyer can come to an agreement on the price versus the appraised value, the transaction is canceled. Now, sometimes the appraisal will be challenged, but this is not an easy task, and the chances of an appraised value being changed is slim. I hope I've answered some of your pressing questions, and if you have a particular question that you would like me to address, please leave it in the comment section, and be sure to watch these videos and check out the others I mentioned below. And consider subscribing to this channel if you want to find out more about living in the Palm Beaches, communities, and some real estate. I truly appreciate your support. Thank you for watching me, and see you next time. Bye.